Hello everyone and welcome back to the Help Coin. The time is almost here. In my calculations, we're even going to witness it this month or in June. Time will tell if I'm correct or not, but you know what? At the end of the day, we know one thing: by the end of 2024, Bitcoin prices will have surpassed 100,000. We also know that the total market capitalization of all cryptocurrencies will be somewhere between 4.5 and 5 trillion by the end of the year. Lastly, we know that 2025 will be an extremely special year for us XRP holders. That's correct in this episode. We have a lot to discuss, including the XRP community's constant arguing and squabbling. If you keep blaming others, you're not correct, you are incorrect, you have no idea what you're talking about. It's just that it's insane. We will discuss it and get back to you on it shortly. We're going to talk about Coinbase. It looks like they went down for 3 hours. I might even add my 2 cents. What's happening in the area when Ripple versus CC got an update? I think you're going to appreciate what you're about to hear. The Central Bank of the Philippines is approving coins.ph to approve a central bank digital currency. And if you ask me, that's pretty freaking amazing. Please take a seat back and unwind. Let's start with the theory, the price of Bitcoin, which is currently at $61,636.41. Dollars has decreased 1.66% during the last 24 hours. 2,902 is down 2.3%, with USDT and USDC both closing at 99 cents. While XRP is only trading at a meager 50 cents. However, you might be surprised to see that there was some life present. It's interesting to note that the overall market capitalization of cryptocurrencies has increased by nearly 1% to $2 trillion or 288 billion, as it is now trending upward and displaying some indications. To me, it seems like we are at the bottom. Recall XRP. This would require Bitcoin to be destroyed. To see XRP decline to the mid-40s, we would need to see it decrease by 20%. Which is around a 15% reduction. However, I still don't think Bitcoin has a nuclear weapon. We are currently in the chop, in my opinion, and we are in that accumulation zone. Lux lines, NFTs, persons, elders, ladies, guys, we dropped 3 beaches yesterday as we do every Monday, sold out easy peasy. I want to be on the upswing and not the downswing. This month's new pride tier is Star Wars. Get yourself a mob if you don't like Star Wars, or if you just want to check in with the project, get a profile head. How about a mythical? All of them give you XRP back the more you hold, the more you get rewarded. Additionally, our first Battle Royale game, which features a wagering system, is expected to release at the end of the month when 9 out of 15 stages have been finished. You're going to adore how these personalized characters are being created and assembled. Everything is coming together. We also have a minting facility for NFTs that will be made available. Our pack opens. We have so much planned, people. Cash put this out. If you don't know, he made XPunks, which was on the XRP ledger. They received a lot of funding from Ripple, and he has grant programs to develop things that, well, they announced that they're quitting Ripple and would no longer be providing funding for. They claim that the network impact is insufficiently large. I guess that's the right way to put it on the XRP ledger. Anyway, they packed up and headed to Solana. He said, imagine a decentralized ecosystem in Web3 where a woke central authority decides whether or not to give you a grant based on your compliance with the code of contact. He was referring to Ripple here, but not the appeal you get or the value you add. Which Black Mirror episode is this? We refer to this as the XRP ledger. He's obviously over here. Is he receiving vaccinations at the vet? He jumped in saying, there's no code of conduct in crypto wake up. That's a paid ambassador with good and bad behavior who would ever want to horribly function in woke hella like this. This is the antithesis of Web3 and blockchain. Don't get carried away. This is clearly not a decentralized network. Program hosts may very well have one. For instance, the XRP Ledger Foundation may have one for its ambassador program, or Ripple may have one for its graduates. A blockchain backer asked, can you direct me to a list of profitable businesses that have benefited from the grant program in response? That is the most private company project. As a result, they only reveal numbers voluntarily, which includes Ripple, of which I can inform you that XRP Cafe. That isn't the case. Instead, it covers all non-labor costs and involves a significant amount of sweet equity with a gradual approach to profitability. However, blockchain supporters pointed out that if there were, they would undoubtedly be showcasing their success and would have selected those businesses to serve as ambassadors to demonstrate how successful they are in it. More bickering, please. Some people are upset about Ripple. Others are upset about the XRP Ledger Foundation. Personally, I'm happy about the money that's going out there. Blockchain, on the other hand, is saying that the money that's gone out there are the grants that were given to these projects to build upon that aid. Some of them have even packed up and left, or they aren't turning a profit. We don't know of any company that has benefited from a grant and successfully grew. Here's my interpretation of the situation. Perhaps Ripple isn't selecting the best projects. Perhaps they are jumping the gun, which is why they are taking a slower approach for the time being so they can watch these initiatives come to fruition. They can check their order books to make sure they are who they claim they are and aren't just making up figures. After all, that's what they should be doing, isn't it? Not just throw money at people because, for example, I claim to have 50,000 users on Discord when there are actually only 5,000 people. That's not even 50 people, everyone else is a paid bot. We see this a lot in the space where people pay for followers. Perhaps Ripple was choosing the wrong projects because, as Lux Lines demonstrates, we are incredibly profitable. Why do we have such a great project? We have an amazing team, and there's a good reason why people are here. However, just because Ripple decides to give you $200,000 or puts out a tweet about you doesn't mean that your project will be profitable. If you need $200,000 to help build and grow your business, you're probably not doing something right. How do you become lucrative as soon as you launch a website or online store? Here, how about we revisit Business 101, market promote by word of mouth advertising. Let's stop depending on others to attempt and take over companies or web projects and turn them into successful ventures. Instead, why don't you go out there and start putting in the hard work? Everyone must start at the bottom and work their way up. Once a project gains traction, Ripple might be able to assist in taking it to the next level. These are just my opinions, guys. Coinbase has resumed operations following a 3-hour interruption. I had no idea that I had stopped using Coinbase, why I was permanently blacklisted. I have no idea why, but I was buying cryptocurrency every week for 2017, and they decided a few years ago to kick me off. They didn't give me a reason or an answer, so it appears that they had an analogous for 3 hours, but they are back up and running. This allows coins.ph to pilot a stable coin in a major remittance market. If my understanding is incorrect, Queens.ph isn't a Ripple member. Okay, let's move on to the next page. I thought that Ripple affiliate coin was real. Yes, Coins.page is a Ripple affiliate, which is fascinating. And we now learn that the Philippine Central Bank has been granted a Queens.page. The approval to pilot a stable coin in the major remittance market raises questions about whether this will be the XRPL stablecoin and whether XRP will support it like the test that we've seen in Paulo Jack's drop. According to yesterday's update, parties and any third parties can file letters of motions and propose redactions to adjust to such materials. Attorney Jeremy Hogan says that we're just waiting for the judge to make a decision. Let me explain what we're looking at starting on May 13th. Parties and any third parties were able to file their letters stating what they wanted to have sealed and not sealed what they were going to include. Parties, any third parties also file recommended redactions to such materials. Then we have May 26th, 6 days from now, when parties and any third parties can file their letters. This indicates violence to court violence for us to read, including concise declarations and supporting exhibits. That's what we're doing right now. In the end, I believe it's quite straightforward at this stage. What I believe we're waiting for is the judge. As lawyer Jeremy Hogan mentioned, yes, and I believe that to be accurate. Come with me to Hogan's. Tweet line, the Ripple versus SEC proofs. May 7th, they went through now that they were finished. He says, I think the SEC went out with a whimper here. It didn't even try to attack on demand liquidity sales. He notes that Ripple was trying to relitigate the issue, which is, and that I brought nothing new on damages. It's interesting, and a lot of the community believes that we are waiting for this case to come to an end, and then we're going to get liftoff. This is because they will decide what they want redacted. Head. Interesting times. Folks, I do know one thing, and that is that XRP needs to rise beyond 75 cents. We surpassed 75 cents before the year ends. We witnessed an insane surge in 2025 for XRP. We witnessed a record high. We witnessed people's faces melting. And as far as I know, people wash your damn hands. Anywhere from a $3 to $6 XRP has a very conservative outlook with a probable double-digit XRP coming. Be considerate to one another.